Alright guys, welcome back to your video lesson for grade 10 English. Today's lesson is going to talk about some of the hidden messages that you find in advertising. So for our media unit, we've been focusing on advertising so far and how products are sold to you using visual media and persuasive techniques. So in your first lesson, you reviewed the most common appeals or persuasive techniques, and those are pathos, ethos, and logos. Pathos being an appeal to emotion. Ethos being an appeal to character or authority. And logos being an appeal to logic and intelligence. So those are the three persuasive techniques that are often used to sell something to you or to make you more interested in something. So let's talk about something new, okay? Let's talk about how those messages are sent to you through advertising, because we live in an age now where we're constantly shown different messages, whether it's on TV or on the internet, whether it's out on the street with billboards and different advertisements that you see when you're just walking around. Companies and advertisers are becoming more and more creative on how they send a message to you. And as people have many different ways to entertain themselves now, companies and advertisers are trying to find more creative ways to send a message to you, even without you knowing that they might be sending you a certain message. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about explicit and implicit messages, okay, and how they work in advertising. These are both different kinds of messaging. Explicit, meaning a direct message. Direct being the important word. And implicit, meaning a hidden message. Alright, and many advertisements that you see or you watch will have both a direct message and a hidden message, or an explicit and an implicit message. So let's think about the commercial you're going to watch in today's lesson. There's a link to a YouTube video for a commercial produced in the 1990s for Just for Men gel. Just for Men gel is a product that men use when they have gray or white hair, either on their head or on their beards. And the point of the product is that it colors your gray beard or your gray hair back to a more youthful color, such as brown or black, or the color that you had before your hair started to change color. So after watching that advertisement, and if you haven't watched it yet, I suggest you pause this video right now and watch the advertisement video for Just for Men gel. Let's look at what are the explicit and implicit messages in the video. Or what are the direct and what are the hidden messages? So let's look at it. So the explicit message is always the direct message. What is the main idea that they are trying to sell to you? Well, in this commercial, the main idea is what the product does. And what the product does is colors your hair, right? And it's for men. So colors your gray hair to brown or black. That's the explicit message. But as we've learned, advertising can be very expensive, especially advertising on TV. So they want to make the most impact as possible for the amount of money that's being spent on these types of media messages. And to do that, they have to make it entertaining, and they also want to provide a chance to give you a hidden message, something for you to think about after you've already watched the video. So if the explicit or direct message is that, well, this is a product, and what the product does is it colors your hair, your gray hair, back to a more youthful color like brown or black. Well, what does that mean? What are some of the implicit messages that are being said there? So if you watch the video, you notice that the man who has the gray hair wants something. He wants the attention of women. He wants the attention of the opposite sex. So what does he do? He colors his hair so that he appears more attractive to these women. And that's one of the implicit messages. That by using this product, you will be more attractive to women. So we can start to compare what kind of technique the explicit message uses and what kind of technique the implicit message uses. The explicit message is using the technique of logos, appealing to your intelligence, to your logic. You know what the product does, you know facts about the product, and hopefully that will make you want to buy it or make you remember it. However, the implicit message is using pathos. It's using your emotions. And this is a much more powerful way of getting a message across. Okay? So what's the emotional appeal there? Is that you'll be happier, right? If you use this product. You'll be more popular as well. So it's important to, when you're looking for explicit or implicit messages, it's very important to think about how they connect to different persuasive techniques that you already know. Alright, so the next thing you have to think about is, why are these implicit messages important? Why is it important to identify implicit messages, right? Because we often don't think too much about advertising or media other than what it is in front of us. And it's important that we do and we think critically about it, right? So let's review some of the reasons why it's important to know the implicit messages or to look for implicit messages in advertising, okay? Number one is they're harder to identify. Alright, and you have to think about why. Why are they harder to identify? Well, the reason why they're harder to identify is because they're hidden. They're not meant to be put out in the open. They're meant for you to think about, right? The commercial could have been just said, do you want to be happier and more popular? Then use our product. But that's too easy, and it makes the audience feel like they're being talked down to, or that they're being talked to like they're dumb or they don't understand things. Whereas if you use it as a hidden message, you can be creative like they do in the commercial and make it entertaining, and all of a sudden it leaves you with a different kind of message. At first you think, oh, I just want to get this to change my hair color. But if I do change my hair color, I hope that I'll be more attractive, happier, and more popular as well. Oh, let me fix this here. Alright. And if advertisers hide their message, they don't have to defend their message. Okay? And this is a very sneaky way of advertising. Alright? A hidden message doesn't need to be defended. They can use people's hopes and fears to sell a product. And these are really important words here. Hopes and fears to sell their product. Because we know that everyone has hopes and everyone has fears. So if you can hide those messages in your media, it's much more likely that they'll be memorable. And it's easier not to defend something if you don't say it directly. And this also allows them to make unrealistic claims. So it's something for you to think about. Ask yourself a question. Is changing your hair color going to make your life better? Is it going to make you happier? Is it going to make you more popular? Probably not, but thinking about it can be very persuasive. It can help you change your mind. Okay? Exaggeration works when you're writing stories. Think about hyperbole, think about all the different techniques that are used in literature. Well, you can use those techniques in advertising as well to sell a product and to make money. Now, if they were just to make the explicit message in the video, it would probably be very boring. So it's much more entertaining to include implicit messages because it allows advertisers to be more creative. Something that is entertaining sells products. And that's really important because you always have to remember that the end goal of an advertisement is for you to spend your money on a product, right? The commercial is not just designed to entertain and inform you, okay? It plays on your emotions and it plays on your desire to know what's better and what's worse, but it also wants you to spend money. If we understand the direct and hidden message of media, it can help us make informed decisions and we spend our money more wisely. Alright, so continue on with the lesson and I'll see you guys in the next video.